Assalamualaikum students, this is me, Ms. Salma Zakir, your science teacher. In the academic session of 2020 and 2021, I am going to teach you the subject science from the book of Stars Science, right? Book 3. Let's get started. Looking at the content of this book, in this video lecture, we are going to start with the unit number 1, that is about grouping living things and non-living things, right? Before doing that, I wanted to do some pre-class homework, right? So the pre-class homework is that you have to read page number 1 till 7, right? Please do read this page number 1 till 7 so before continuing this video, right? So that you can grasp the idea what I'm trying to teach, right? And if you have any difficulty, mark difficult words, right? And you can later send it to me if you have any difficulties in related to these words, right? Now let's get started. From the unit name, you can see that it is about grouping, right, of living things. So the first thing that comes in the mind is what is living thing or what are living things, correct? So the living things are those things which can do what? Which can grow, which can move, which can reproduce, right? So, and which can respond to change, right? We all are living things, right? Living things include human like us, correct? Animals, plants, these all comes under the umbrella of living thing because we all, humans, plants and animal, can grow, can move, can reproduce and can respond to change. So in this chapter we are going to learn about the grouping of living things, right? So what we are going to learn about in this chapter, this is the grouping of plants, particularly plants and animal based on their similarities and differences. सिमिलैरिटीज का मतलब होता है कि वो एक जैसे दिखने वाले, डिफरेंसेस का मतलब होता है वो अलग दिखने वाले. सो वी ग्रुप plants and animal based on whether they are similar or whether they are different, right? Now let's just quickly jump to the page number 2, right? So the first topic that we are going to read is grouping plants. So what are plants? Plants are living things. As I have already mentioned, living things can grow, move, reproduce and respond to change. Plants can do all of these things, right? So plants are living things. They can be grouped together by the way in which they are similar. Okay? If the plants are short, they are going to grouped in one type. If the plants are tall, they are going to group in another type. Similarly, if they produce flower, they are going to be categorized in one way. If they do not produce flower, they are going to be categorized in another way, right? So look at the page number 2 and page number 3. Can you see 4 children, right? What these 4 children are looking? They are looking at different kinds of plant. Okay? The girl here is looking at the short plants, right? It's like some grass, something. She's saying that these plants are really short, right? The another girl is looking at the tall plant, at the bigger plant, right? In which we can call a tree. So she says that this plant is very big. Alright, now the third child who is seeing a flowering plant, what he thought? He thought that this type of plant produce flowers, right? Similarly, on the other hand, this boy looking at the grass, right? But these grass does not have flowers, right? They are called. Now moving towards the next page, what we could summarize is that plants can be grouped by size, whether they are short, small. You can either say short, you can either say small, right? Or whether they are short, whether they are small, and small, big, or tall. Alright, so these are the two main types, two main things on which we can group a plant. Alright, now moving towards the next page. In this page, what they have told us, like okay, one more thing, the examples, right? There are few examples of short plant and small plant, right? So the short plants include ferns, shrubs, and grass. And the tall plant includes, what it includes? Palm tree, alright, then coconut tree, then mango tree, right? Let's look at the pictures of these plants. These are the coconut trees, right? These are the mango trees, right? And for grass we can move here, right? Then ferns and shrubs, for these are the ferns. Alright, now the second type of classification that we can do is whether they produce flowers or whether they don't produce flowers, right? So based upon this property, these characteristics, that whether they produce flower, whether they don't produce flower, they are further categorized into two types: flowering plants, and the other one are non-flowering plants. Alright, so in flowering plants, what look at the page number 7, right? Different beautiful flowers, right? So the most common flowering plant all must have heard is rose plant, right? It is the rose plant. You can also see from your book, right? The another one is frangipani plant, right? This one, which have, I guess, 5 more petals. It looks like this, correct? And many more. Now moving towards the non-flowering plant, we have pine needles. As you can see here, we have duckweed, we have fern spore, we have bracken fern. Alright, now class, for listening to me. If you have any query, you can ask me in the designated time. Alright, thank you so much. Stay home, stay safe.